Richard wasn't scared. He was shattered. A man who was always the smartest in the room, a man everyone believed would make it, a man earning well over six figures, was now sitting alone in his dimly lit living room, staring at his bank balance with hands that wouldn't stop shaking. $2,047. That's all he had. A decade of hard work, a great job, a great lifestyle, meals out, weekend trips, luxury leases. I deserve this, purchases. On the outside, his life looked perfect. On the inside, he was a financial house of cards. And the final blow came fast. The market downturn hit, his company cut headcount, and in a single phone call, his life collapsed. High income, no savings, no plan, no cushion, no protection. Richard wasn't just financially ruined, he was mentally crushed. But rock bottom has a strange power. It forces you to see yourself with brutal clarity. And in those quiet, suffocating months that followed, he made a decision. Things cannot stay the same. If I get back up, I'm not repeating this life. So he rebuilt, slowly, quietly, intentionally. This time with a rule book. Live below your means. Save every month, no exceptions. Invest in proven assets. Build a system, not a vibe. He picked a handful of index funds and mutual funds. He set up automatic contributions, so every dollar he earned sent a soldier into the market. He scouted affordable real estate 20 miles outside the city, boring properties in good neighborhoods. He put less than 10% into crypto and collectibles, not gambling, just optional upside. And for the first time in his life, his financial decisions made sense. The years passed. Compounding finally started showing up, slow at first, then noticeable. And then 2020 happened. His net worth, which had just touched $80,000, dropped almost in half. Richard felt the old panic rising, the impulse to protect what's left. He was one click away from cashing out, until he remembered something a wise investor once told him. Crashes aren't disasters, they're wealth transfers, from the fearful to the patient. Unless the country collapses, the market comes back. So he didn't run, he didn't sell, he doubled down. Every extra dollar, every bonus, every gig, every tax refund. He treated the crash like it was Black Friday for assets. And when the market bounced back, as it always has, Richard didn't just recover, he made a killing. Fast forward to last week, he was back in that same living room, the same sofa, the same laptop. But this time, his hands weren't shaking from fear. They were shaking from something he'd never felt before, giddy disbelief. Because the number on his screen was no longer $2,047. It was $253,617. He had finally crossed the $250,000 mark. And as he looked back at the last decade, the pain, the rebuilding, the discipline, the crashes, the compounding, he realized he didn't just change his finances, he changed his entire life trajectory. Richard felt control, the kind of control that doesn't come from a promotion, or a bigger paycheck, or someone else validating your dreams. It comes from capital, from assets that finally start working harder than you do. And in that moment, he realized $250,000 isn't just a milestone, it's the moment your wealth machine switches on. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what happens the day you cross $250,000, financially, psychologically, and strategically, and why this is the milestone that separates grinders from wealth builders. Let's begin. 1. The financial machine finally comes alive. Here's the first thing nobody tells you. At $250,000, your money finally stops being quiet. At a simple 8% return, your money is producing $20,000 per year, $1,667 per month, $55 every single day, without you lifting a finger. That's not background noise wealth anymore. That's meaningful, I can feel this in my life, wealth. And when you keep contributing, let's say $2,000 a month, your annual wealth growth looks like this. $24,000 you put in, $20,000 your investments add, $44,000 total growth. That is the moment you stop building wealth and start being carried by it. From $250,000, $500,000 doesn't take 15 years. It takes 4 to 6. The curve finally bends in your favor. 2. The psychological shift nobody warned you about. When you had $20,000 saved, you were hopeful. When you had $100,000, you were proud. But at $250,000, something more powerful happens. You stop feeling fragile. You stop negotiating from fear. You stop tolerating toxic people. You stop chasing every shiny opportunity. Because now, you have options. And when a human being has options, they move differently. Your posture changes. Your confidence becomes grounded. Your decisions become strategic. You operate from abundance, not scarcity. This isn't arrogance. This is earned certainty. And it changes everything. 3. Capital starts buying you freedom. Most people think money buys luxury. It doesn't, not at first. At $250,000, money buys you something far more valuable: time, flexibility, and the power to say no. Lose your job? You're not panicking. You have 1 to 2 years of breathing room. Want to switch careers? You have the runway. See a market dip? You can deploy instantly. Most people stay stuck in jobs and lives they hate because they don't have capital. Capital isn't wealth, it's leverage. And at $250,000, you have enough leverage to redesign your life. 4. Passive income stops being a dream. It becomes a line item. At this stage, passive income becomes real. At 8%, $20,000 a year. At 10%, $25,000 a year. That covers groceries, utilities, insurance, or even rent in many cities. For the first time, you watch your investments pay actual bills, and your brain rewires. You stop thinking, how do I earn more at my job? And you start thinking, how much passive income do I need to never worry again? That shift alone changes your entire financial destiny. 5. Your relationship with risk evolves. When you had $5,000, losing $1,000 felt life-threatening. But at $250,000, losing $5,000 is annoying, not devastating. This single change unlocks the ability to take smart, asymmetric bets. A small business, a rental property, a new skill, an investment during a crash. The wealthy get wealthier because they can take risk, not recklessly, but intelligently. $250,000 is the sweet spot. You have enough to play the game, but not so much that a loss destroys you. 6. The journey from $250,000 to $500,000 is almost automatic if you don't self-sabotage. Here's the truth nobody likes to admit. The real enemy after $250,000 is your lifestyle. If you upgrade your apartment, upgrade your car, upgrade your vacations, upgrade your social life, without upgrading your investments, you just added years to your journey. The people who turn $250,000 into $1 million aren't smarter, they're just disciplined. They let compound interest do the heavy lifting instead of lifestyle inflation. 7. What you should do at $250,000. Here's the blueprint. 1. Rebalance your portfolio. Make sure your allocation matches your age plus risk tolerance. 2. Max out tax-advantaged accounts. 401k, IRA, HSA. They save you thousands. 3. Add real estate exposure. Even one rental accelerates your wealth curve. 4. Increase income aggressively. At this level, a $20,000 raise compounds massively. 5. Create a plan for $500,000. Set a timeline, track monthly, stay obsessed. 6. Automate everything. Remove emotion. Keep consistency. 7. Keep learning. Tax strategy, markets, asset classes, knowledge compounds just like capital. 8. A gentle warning. Don't tell everyone you hit $250,000. Wealth attracts. Requests, jealousy, opinions, manipulation. Move quietly. Build loudly, but on paper, not in public. You don't need validation. Your net worth already gave you that. 9. The meaning of hitting $250,000. At the core, $250,000 is the moment you cross from hoping to knowing. You stop hoping compounding works. You watch it happen. You stop hoping financial freedom is possible. You see the timeline. You stop hoping life will get easier. You feel the pressure disappear. This is the milestone where wealth stops being math and becomes identity. So tell me in the comments, where are you right now on your journey to $250,000? Are you at $20,000 grinding through the early pain? Are you at $100,000 building momentum? Are you close to the switch flipping? Wherever you are, remember this. $250,000 is not the finish line. It's the moment the real game finally begins. Let's finish what you started.